Okay. Make 8 boxes on your sheet of paper. Okay. The directions are: rewrite the equation in slope intercept form. Okay. Okay, example 1. 2y minus 6 equals 3x. So make a wall on the side of the y. The y is not by itself, so you dot it and circle it. Okay. Now I have to get the y by itself. Make sure, first off, make sure the dotted number with the y is positive. It already is. It's positive 2. Okay, if it's not, we got to change all the signs on every number in the equation. Okay, so I add 6. Now that has an x, so I put a plus 0, so I actually have a place to add 6. So line up your equals. You have 2 times y. You put your x first, 3x. 0 plus 6 is 6. Then I divide everything in the equation by 2. Everything. Now, if the division's a decimal, you keep it as a fraction. 3 divided by 2 is a decimal, so that'd be 3 over 2x. 6 divided by 2 is not a decimal, it's 3. Okay, so MB. Okay, example 2. 3y plus 6 equals negative 2x. So you need the y by itself. Dotted circle. Make sure it's positive 3 with the y. If it's not, you change the signs. So I subtract 6. Now that has an x, so I can't subtract 6 there, so I make my own term 0, and I minus 6 there. So we got 3 times y, negative 2x, and then 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Then you divide everything by the 3 coefficient, because that's now gets the y by itself. Okay, negative 2 divided by 3 is a decimal, so you keep that exactly like it's written, negative 2x over 3. And then negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. So you have m and b, which is exactly what you want. Okay. Okay, example 3. 18x minus 3y equals 15. Okay, y is over here. First off, any minus is plus negative. Dot it, circle it. You do not want that to be a negative. Okay, the y multiplying number, the dot number, you can't have that as a negative. So you make everything opposite. You make it positive, but then the outsides become opposite. So the opposite of 18 is negative 18, opposite of 15 is negative 15. Now you plus 18x, you put a 0x, and you add 18x to that. Okay, so that had an x, so it can't go with 15, so I put my own x term, 0x. Just like here I'm putting 0, so I have a place to do it. Okay, so 3 times y. 0 plus 18 is 18x plus negative 15. You got to put your x's first before the number without the x. Now divide everything then by 3. Okay, 18 divided by 3 is 6, 6x. If it's not a decimal, you put the quotient, and then negative 5. So m and b. Okay, example 4. 4x plus 3y equals 2x minus 12. I don't like minuses. So the y is over there. Dot it, circle it. That's a positive 3, so that's good. We want that to be positive. Don't have to change signs. Now I'm minus 4x, and I have an x on the other side. I don't need to make a 0. So over here you got 3 times y. 2 minus 4 is negative 2x plus negative 12. Then you divide everything by your 3. Negative 2 divided by 3 is a decimal. Okay, so I keep that in fraction form. Negative 2x over 3. Then that's not a decimal, it's negative 4. Okay, so I write that. MB. Okay. Okay, next part. Next thing. Example 5. 2x plus 6y equals 12. Wall, okay. So dot the y, circle it. It's positive. I want that positive on the y. The y has to be positive. Put 6 is positive, okay. Alright, now I get rid of the 2x. I subtract 2x. I create a 0x over there, so I can minus 2x there. So I line up the equals. You got 6y. 0 minus 2 is negative 2x plus 12. So 6, 6, and 6. Okay, negative 2 divided by 6 is a decimal, so leave it in fraction form. Okay, negative 2x over 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay, so MB. Okay, example 6. 2y plus 7 equals 3x. So the y is over here. Dot the y, circle it. You need that 2 as a positive, which it already is. Okay. So I subtract 7. Now that has an x, so I create my own constant of 0. So now I have a place to minus 7. So 2 times y, you create your own column with the 0. The 3x needs to come first, then 0 minus 7 is negative 7. Then you need to divide everything by 2. Okay, 3 divided by 2 is a decimal, so it's 3 over 2x. And negative 7 divided by 2 is a decimal, so I'm going to keep that as negative 7 over 2. MB. Now, if I had to graph the B, I'd be dividing, but that's good enough for here. Okay, example 7. 5x minus 2y equals 12. Okay, I get the y by itself. So dot it, circle it. That we don't want that as negative. So we make it positive 2, then the 5 goes negative, the 12 goes negative. So plus 5x, make a 0x and add 5x there. Okay. So I got 2y, 0 plus 5 is 5x, plus the negative 12. You put the x and then the number without the x. Divide everything by 2. Okay, 5 over 2 is a decimal, so we keep that 5 over 2x. Negative 12 divided by 2 is not a decimal, that would be negative 6. So that's the answer. Now y is by itself with the m and the b on the other side. Okay, last example. 3x plus 4y equals negative 3x plus 12. So y is over here. It's positive. The y term's positive, so I don't need to change signs. So I subtract 3x. And there's an x already over there, so I don't need to make the 0. So 4 times y. Negative 3 minus 3, it's not 0. Okay, if you're at negative 3 and you go 3 backwards, you'd be at negative 4, 5, negative 6. Plus 12. Okay, now divide by 4. Okay, so MB. That's a decimal, so we keep it negative 6 over 4x, and then 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, so the equation's been rewritten so I can see what the slope and y-intercept are.